Are we just going... Do you want to just arrive where you're going, or do you guys have anything to talk about in the car?
So, this hotel, do we know anything about it?
Kenton,
Kenton.
Do we know anything about the Kenton? Is that just...
It's a hotel apartment thing in the Old Town area.
It's in the Old Town.
It's in your area.
Okay.
It's on the far side by the river. Like, it's towards the east.
Okay.
But, like, towards the northeast of your area. So you're quite a good distance from Chinatown. So a car is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But it's not that long of a drive. It's only maybe a 10-minute drive.
Okay.
Do we have any particular ideas of what we're
So
saying
why
to
are we
Rose
meeting with her?
once we arrive there?
Why are we meeting with Rose?
First of all, I will ask if there is a lawyer that's one of us, or is in the know basis about us, that could help us with our current dilemma to keep it between our and not go to human.
Really, all we need
dependence.
is a property lawyer.
But if it's in the know or it's one of us, it's like I said, kept between the masquerade.
It really is a masquerade issue.
When it comes to a historic place, they're not gonna give up. They're not gonna give it up.
Building's not historic,
It's a museum.
but the building's not historic. It was built in like the 80s.
Oh. So, but I think if I distill down the essence of your concern, you're worried that the building's current owners will not allow us to have it be. Maybe tailor your inquiry more towards that. Because if I understand correctly, you have attorneys, or at the least have the funding to acquire an attorney.
That's
who
fun.
Don't necessarily understand anything except that we want to meet them at 10 p.m. And yes, that is abnormal, but we're very, very busy.
I mean,
But if you're speaking to Rose and asking for help, this may be something where she's inclined to ask for a boon. And if
The building's been there since the late 1800s.
and you'll want to get your money's worth.
Okay, I take it back. It is an historic building.
Advise that you phrase your request as we would like your assistance.
It's actually one of the very
in
first
figuring out
separate
how to
neighborhoods
force
in
them
Portland, Oregon.
to give
Because
us
it
this
was
property.
the segregation area.
was that one of the buildings that was originally
Would you like
connected
to
to
know?
the Shanghai tunnels?
Yes.
Almost definitely.
That's
You have my
yes.
support. You do the talking.
But
Okay. Yeah, it is a historic
Especially with
building.
the opium dens and stuff. Yeah.
why don't you approach
It
and
being a
introduce
historic
the
building
topic,
actually
and I'll
might
continue
work in our
to find
favor.
it.
They are
Problem
up
is with-
there to get any sort of planning permission to redo. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of input.
You have to
a lot of pull.
follow certain requirements for historical buildings.
So
Well, that
us,
shop is
us
in
being some
Yeah,
random
this is late
angel
1800s.
investors showing up offering to help out, get this museum back up and running and restored, and being able to front the funds for it,
So
they
you still
would
gonna
be
doing it.
idiots not to
I
look that
so you
good
don't
I
for
can
us.
still try and assist.
So,
That suggests attack. You said that they have to be maintained and operated to a certain standard.
It's It's probably on the historic register. If
the
it's not, I'd be
if
shocked.
The allegation can be made to stick that the current owners are not keeping up with those requirements.
yeah, pretty much all of Chinatown is part of the historic
Yeah,
register.
like it's Old Town. It's historic. The whole place is
Then
like
the government may force their hands.
they can't. Not like that. Unfortunately, it's way too common for places on the historic register to just be left to rot until they physically have to be torn down for safety reasons, and then they build a McDonald's on it. It's a real crying shame. But if they do want to actually keep this thing in Chinatown and make it a thriving part of the community, again, like it has been since the late 1800s, they need money. And we have that money. And we can offer them that money in exchange for, being able to use part of it for private functions.
Around now is when the car is going to stop.
I grew up in Key West. I'm well freaking familiar with the trouble you have with historic registers.
So, you're in an area...
Historic. There's nothing historic in Key West. Everything fucking gets knocked
I
down
will
to
fight you on that one. That's what the grotto's there for, and the tiki man in front of what used to be the hukilau.
And from what little I know about this historic register stuff, it gets knocked over, and then they have to pick up the original boards and staple them back together.
Pretty much. Well, some of the buildings you can't even get the wood anymore because it's freaking yellow. It's yellow pine.
That's what I was referring to. Is I've heard
Dade
people
County pine,
being like,
which is technically just yellow pine, but it's over 100 years old, which means that the heartwood of it gets really thick and hard, and it's almost a different tree, but it's just the same tree as you use these days. It's just
Oh, I know.
the ones we use now are basically toilet paper trees.
well, they're growing fast and they're growing cheap, which is fine.
Exactly.
But the Dade County pine was old growth.
I've heard of people like tearing apart old buildings for
Just
parts to
for that
fix
pine,
other
yeah.
old buildings.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was almost an architect at one point.
I'm
You can
just letting you
tell.
guys go. You guys seem to be bonding. So the car, when the car stops, it pulls in front of a neighborhood of these older apartment complexes that used to be the big hotels in Portland. So in other words, they're like 5,
They were
maybe
partitioned
6 stories tall, and they're relatively ugly buildings. This is a whitish green color building with some canopies that are white and green striped, and just on the fabric sign on the canopies it just says Kenton Hotel Apartments, and sitting on a bench outside reading a book is Rose, just sitting there.
Everybody pile out of the car.
Out of the clown car. Out of the clown limo.
There's a limo full of clowns, therefore it counts.
That's just definitions.
Yep.
But as you get closer, you see she's reading of Mice and Men.
I look around if there's like anybody else standing.
Off in the distance, you might see a couple walking a dog, but there's really not that many people around.
Quieter.
This is a quieter area. This is where like people live to get away from the heavy downtown traffic.
Good evening.
Hi. And she'll close her paperback book that she's reading and put it in her jacket pocket.
We apologize for bothering you from probably your busy schedule.
It's kind of my job at the moment.
But we found a more than perfect location.
There's a museum in Chinatown.
Was a museum.
Was a museum in Chinatown.
Okay.
It seems very.
You're thinking about like communal havening in the old Chinatown Museum?
We were actually thinking it might make a good Elysium
in due time.
in due time.
It's interesting. Probably not wrong. And you want my help.
We need to determine how to acquire functional control.
Okay. I am 100% happy to help you with that. The Camarilla runs on a quid pro quo system. And I think that this is a wonderful time for a lesson. Because you all need something from me, and I need something from you. So, I have a delivery that needs to be done in your neck of the woods. So, if you all would not mind helping me deliver a package from one place to another, I will help you acquire this building.
What kind of package?
It is a package that is incredibly delicate and needs to be taken.
I'm not the only one thinking explosive, right?
Nothing
I'm waiting to
explosive.
find out if it is alive.
That's what I'm more concerned about, yes.
What are you concerned about?
Is
Whether
it
it's alive? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what
I
he
can
said.
promise you it's not alive.
Is it by any chance beating? That's a heart beating in it.
There's no
That
heart beating in
counts
it.
as alive.
Typically.
Typically, blood sorcery is a thing.
Anyway, come with me and we'll work out the details.
See,
Okay.
if we're playing 20 questions here. The next question would be, is it illegal?
Is it bigger than a bread box? Was going to be my next question.
90% of the things that you're going to be asked to do by the Camarilla are going to be considered illegal by humans.
Yes.
However, you will be having police assistance, I think. And she's going to
Really
walk
curious.
across the street into a deli.
Tagging along.
By all means.
Walking on the deli.
She's going to walk in, and there's a guy cleaning up who instantly looks like as soon as you walk in, because they're like
2 minutes from close.
probably after closed and just didn't lock the door, like lights are off and stuff like that. But she walks in and just rings the bell 4 times really quickly in succession, and the guy just goes back to sweeping. Doesn't look up, doesn't get a look at you guys, doesn't do anything like that. And she walks into the back area. Hopefully you all are following her. And opens up the large metal door for the walk-in freezer. Yeah, that's fine. When she gets in, there's dials for the temperature in the fridge, and she reaches over past the first one and turns it all the way, and the floor literally drops. Everything's bolted to the walls.
It's like a ramp down.
Huh?
It's a ramp down.
It lowers
It's stairs.
into a ramp. Yeah, that leads into a stairway.
I mean, it makes sense in the walk-in because you're not really supposed to store stuff on the floor, and the racks are normally bolted to the walls anyway.
Yep. Even the ones that are on wheels,
The
wheels just start to dangle for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, the floor just drops, and she just starts walking like this is what you do every day.
You see Jess's wheels turn going, supervillain layers. Die these things!
It's very interesting, though, because it's a contrast of the cold to the heat. So as soon as that thing opens, the entire underside is just full of this thick white blanket fog.
I wonder if they always drop it to mop. I wonder if they always drop it to mop. Because then you don't have to move anything.
I would have a hose on the bottom, drop it, spray it, and then put it back up. That's me. Anyway, the ramp only goes like 5 feet before it's an
So you can duck
actual
under
staircase. Yeah, you do have to duck. But you get down past the actual metal plate floor of the actual freezer and onto an old wooden stair set, which leads to a pretty interesting area because it's all wood beams, dirt floor, and chicken wire down here. And the moment you get down there, and the hum of the refrigerator is no longer just there, just covering everything. It's just instant flesh on flesh smacking sounds. The smell down here is old sweat and blood. And what's everybody's hunger level at?
2-1.
1.
Okay, go ahead and roll your willpower.
All of us?
All of you.
Two success.
Okay.
6. 6 successes.
I think you're fine.
2, 3, 4, yeah. 5.
All right.
6.
So none of you are going to have any problems when you walk down here, but it's just caloric. Just like you're just catching that
Aroma.
that testosterone heavy air in the dried blood. And when you get down there, there's two men who are just beating the dog shit out of each other. Off to one side, over some folding chairs, are a couple of dress shirts and jackets, shoes off to the side. They're wearing dress pants. One's shirtless. One's wearing a undershirt that's just kind of straps and.
He's wearing another dude beater.
He's wearing another dude beater, yes. Yeah. And it's just the heat and the sound. There's an uncomfortableness down here, and also it's years and years of sweat and blood that you're picking up. One of the guys.
Fight Club.
You don't really see a bunch of other people down here, too.
Well, no,
it's just these two, but one of the guys has a fairly obvious gash across his throat.
Rhino. Yeah, it's Rhino. Not that we know Rhino. We know Rhino.
And as you get closer, Rose steps nearer the area, but it's like where the beams are that separate, there's like this one almost perfect square ring. Like this one perfect square
fighting ring. All it needs is ropes strung between it to be a boxing
Yeah, like, there's none.
Yeah, there aren't those, all it needs is that.
It could use that. And in fact, there's actually like hooks on the outside of this area where they might actually hang ropes. And you can tell where most of the dirt on the floor here is a different color, that this is probably where the majority of the fighting happens. But as Rose steps up, she goes, "Billy, a word."
The return of Bill Smith.
Yep.
They both kind of just like stop where they're going and shake it off for a couple seconds. A little bit of a blood sweat like building up, and
they've been working out.
they knuckle punch,
touch gloves essentially,
and hug it out for a second, like they're trying to like let it go a little bit. Like you can tell they were really worked up.
Yeah, back down off the.
And one of them, the guy without the gash in the throat, Billy, he's gonna walk over and grab a towel off the wall and start like messing this towel up, because he actually does have quite a bit of blood mixed in with his hair and on his skin and stuff. And he sees her, smiles, and she offers him her hand. He kisses it. He's like, "It's good to see you. You don't usually come down here that often. And you brought friends. Who are these?" Rose just goes, This is the Old Town Coterie. And Billy just kind of like, "What?" "Well, to be frank, Billy, these are your new landlords."
Jas is not entirely blending into the background, but is definitely kind of somehow managing to be at the very back of the group.
He just, alright. Well, then I guess we'll start with the regular. Do I have permission to stay within your domain?
I'm fine as long as you don't plan on going around killing people. At least where they will be found.
I don't plan on it. Rose just goes, "This is Billy. He's a long-standing member of the city. He's been here for a very long time. He actually held primagemanship of Clan Bruja back when there was one." So, what are you and them doing here? You have something. I want it. And they're going to take it where it needs to go. There is...
When you don't quite reflexively pop into obfuscate, but you start...
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm kind of going a little
you look like you
transparent
got
back
about
here.
a 10%
Yeah,
transparency.
yeah,
over there.
exactly.
The two of them get into what seems like a slightly heated argument in Italian.
You can tell it's Italian because...
It's actually kind of interesting. She's like,
David and I will
she's
now
like,
reenact.
hey,
You're breaking your mother's heart!
I'm sorry, everyone.
No, she says you have something that I want, and they're going to take it where it needs to go, and it just bursts into a
Shouting match happens.
not really a shouting match. They're trying not
Almost a
to sound
shouting
aggressive,
match. Yeah.
but you can tell what they're saying is quite aggressive. Does anybody have Italian on their sheets?
Nope.
No.
I've got Latin, that's it.
Okay.
You might pick up a few words.
Oh yeah, there's a little
Yeah,
cross-applicability.
Yeah, it's a derivative of Latin.
Yeah.
There's some overlap. Give me intelligence. And
They're going very fast, and it probably is not the church Latin pronunciation you know.
Yeah. What would you say? Academics?
Academics, yeah.
Yeah. Give me wits plus academics to see if you can catch the gist.
Technically, that should. Oh wait, language is not its own skill anymore, is it?
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's some...
Oh my god.
2, 3. 3 successes.
3 successes. You can tell it's almost like a property argument. Like, I have a thing, or you have a thing, I want the thing, give me the thing, kind of thing.
You can't have
Like-
the thing, it's my thing.
Yeah, like...
But there's some important words missing there. You just know all the cases or things that involve ownership.
Rose ends the conversation
Freaking
with a
hated
straight
that.
out, this is what I'm saying, landlords.
Just got you.
Yeah, What the heck are we doing?
Okay,
What's going on?
tell you what. In exchange for me being able to stay on your property in this domain and not cause problems and not actively hunt in your domain, I will and Rose just goes, it's a good idea. All right. I don't have it, but I can tell you where to get it.
Fetch quest.
He's going to walk over to his jacket, pull out one of those little small notebooks, pull out a pencil, scribble something down, rip it out, hand it to whichever one of you guys is closest.
I'll grab it.
All right, go here, ask for a guy named Mason. All right, he'll be able to get it for you. All right. Thank you for very much allowing me to stay. I do not plan on causing any trouble. In fact, I can't plan on keeping a low profile as much as I possibly can. But I've been here for a very long time, and I don't really want to go anywhere. Do you guys have any questions for me to get to know who I am, or?
You're Clan Bruja?
I am.
And you're Camarilla?
Yes, fiercely. Anarchs don't make any sense.
Okay.
Look, to be 100% honest with you guys, the Anarchs don't like me. I don't like the Anarchs. And truthfully, most of the Camarilla don't like me very much because the Bruja went Anarch. So, if I can just keep my head down and stay in a familiar place, I'll be
Like
happy.
I said, I don't know about as far as the rest of the coterie is concerned, but as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not dropping bodies in our territory, I don't.
Not permanently.
We might need your assistance from time to time.
I am at your disposal, considering the fact that you're allowing me to stay in your domain. Rose says, I can vouch for him. I've known him since he was embraced.
And, who's he? Rhino.
That's Rhino. It's a buddy of mine, Bruja, also, just both of us, Camarilla. All the way around. We don't hang out with Anarchs if we can help it.
Okay.
Does he
Is he
co-reside
here?
Yeah, I mean, we stay around each other. We don't have, like, the same havens, but we're near. You're going to have to excuse him also. He's completely unable to talk.
Ah.
Pretty jagged scar.
Yeah. Ah. So
also
you're
in Old Town? Does he also live here in Old Town?
Yeah, we stay relatively close to each other. We haven near each other. Coterie mates.
okay. So the agreement's for both of you.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll...
Are there any others in your coterie?
Not anymore.
Just the two.
And if we do need your assistance in defending this domain, how do we reach you?
I mean, I'm pretty easy and modern. Well, he'll actually hand you a he'll actually grab a business card out of his jacket for a graphic design company. Ask for Billy, you'll get me here. I try not to keep a cell phone on me though. The SI everywhere, you know.
I have a random question.
Okay.
Why do all the vampires in town have business cards?
Well,
There's a holdover from the 1800s of calling cards for all the rage.
most of us actually own businesses, and it's the best way to get a hold of us if we don't have cell phones. I try not to carry a cell phone on me because the last time the SI was in town, they were literally bugging all of our cell phones.
Well, speaking of which, if you need to reach out to any of us, here's my business card.
Mystic Moon, speaking of which, Clan Tremere, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handing mine as well.
Oh my god, it's like Pokemon cards.
This is a calling card.
Oh wow, okay, that's old fashioned.
I don't have a business here.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone
I mean, you do have business, but it's not
or
really
much of a
for-
way of getting in contact.
Alright.
If you need me, let one of them
Is there
know.
something I should know?
Yeah, sure.
I can.
Well, he'll still give you his
The
card. It's got the
Like I said,
address on
the
it.
business is not booming yet in here.
Excellent. I can. I'm mostly into using
This is- you
payphones,
have to
public
kill
phones,
anybody.
payphones.
Rose is
Library
gonna look.
phones.
Rose is gonna look at the business card, just kind of like give him a funny look. Are you using that old building? Yeah. It's like, she like playfully like punches him really hard in the arm. Like he starts rubbing his arm. And she's like, "That's my building." Not anymore. It's not.
They're about this far from.
You're breaking your mother's heart!
They're this close to just being siblings.
She
Or exes. who are
She
not
says
family.
she says thanks for the cooperation, and she does kiss him. You can tell that these two have
History.
a very-
history.
very intimate history together. All right. Anything else?
Nice to meet you.
Let us depart with the hope that we do not need to call for your help.
Yeah, but if you do, like Rhino over there can.
Punch the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for, I guess, Attending my sparring match.
Alright, let's
Actually, you guys are running Old Town now. Would you mind Kindred hosted events every once in a while in your area? Or do I have to leave to do that?
You have our contact information.
Yeah.
Perhaps when such a need strikes you, would you let us know and we can go over the details?
Historically, I've actually run a few Kindred fight clubs. Sometimes we just need to blow off a little steam, use some disciplines without getting in trouble for it, that kind of thing. So
It's better than people frenzying out on the street.
exactly.
Sometimes
I
you
think
do want
we-
to just hit someone.
I think very likely we all agree in principle, but please let us know.
All right. If it's okay, and I'll let you guys know ahead of time. We typically did it right here, and he'll point towards the ring he was just in.
It's out of view. Doesn't bother anyone.
Yeah, most of the humans don't even know we're down here.
Out of view, out of mind.
There's a couple, but they're usually under our thumb. Like Maggie up at the Ken, she's one of mine. So she looks like she's in her 70s. She's actually in her 80s.
Yeah, no, bring some life to the area.
So who is it that we need to speak to again?
Mason.
Go ask for Mason.
And what are we actually asking them
Good
for?
guy. He's gonna crack a smile and look over at Rose like you did. Don't even know.
He's gonna wait till we were
We
upstairs
just-
to ask
I'm
that.
waiting for whatever we get to explode, and then we get to, get the blame.
Nothing's gonna explode. But this is... It's between you guys.
I can see he's cracking up as he's going that way.
He's gonna walk back over to the ring, and Rhino's gonna join him, and they're just gonna start squaring off again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
We're kind of trooping back
So you guys
upstairs.
head back up into the deli fridge.
Yeah.
Once you guys are outside of the deli. Okay,
I thought
so
that went rather well.
Billy's a sweetheart. I've known him for years. He's a good guy. The fact that his clan quit. There are still Cam Brujas. They're just not the most popular in Elysium nowadays. Believe it or not, Billy was Prince for a while. A damn good one.
Hashtag implied boon requirement for staying here.
So, tell you what. You go handle a little errand that I've given you, and I'll head on down to the Chinatown Museum and see what I can figure out.
What are we actually picking up? Or are we going to find out when we...
You'll find out.
Joy.
So this is a need-to-know basis kind of
I
thing?
mean,
No, it's this surprise
bring
kind
a
of basis.
car.
Big and delicate. I'm guessing ice sculpture at this stage.
Anyway,
Do we need a big trunk for this?
That's a very good point. The next question after is it alive is it perishable? Because those are slightly separate. And then, is it illegal?
She already told us it's
she's
illegal.
actually going to walk back into the deli and talk to the guy who's going to hand her something. And she'll walk back out. You might want to take this. And she's going to give you car keys.
Does he have like a alarm system on it or something?
It is... The keys have a keychain that has the name of the deli on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is this a fridge truck?
I'm looking at the keys.
it matches the van that's parked on the side of the... Like,
Delivery van.
yeah. Might as well go in style, right?
I'm not driving with a tree on it.
Anyway.
I can drive. I've got the keys in my hand.
I'll see you all afterwards at the Chinese theater. Sound good?
Where are we delivering it to?
Sounds good. Chinese theater.
Are we delivering?
Chinese museum.
Or
I'll see you at the Chinese museum.
Chinese
Are we?
museum.
Where are we delivering to?
Take it to the delivery dock at Frankie's place.
Okay.
It's probably the best place to go. This is, and she'll look around just to make sure there's no one around. This is an intersect assignment. So be on your best behavior.
Okay.
Call you when we get there, or just leave the van, or
Just-
unload it?
Do the thing.
Get the thing.
Bring the van back here, if possible. Just leave
Get the thing, unload the thing, bring the van back here.
Just leave the keys in the visor.
Pick it
Gotcha.
up, drop it off.
No one's going to take Eddie's van. It's just
Okay.
not going to happen. And she's
Oh, I
gonna,
got the key, so guess I'm driving.
and she's gonna start walking away.
Whatever.
I would assume so.
Okay, everybody in.
Unless anyone actually
driven a
has
car
any
at
points
some
in
point.
drive.
I don't actually have any points in drive.
Well, to be fair, as
That just
Rory
means
does,
that
You
you-
can drive.
you can
just
drive even
helps
without-
you.
you,
Yeah.
it's stunt
Specialty
driving really that
Yeah.
the drive skill is needed for. You guys can drive
Yeah.
unless you're specifically playing a character that can't drive.
Yeah, you're just not going to be doing any fancy maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can try.
I suppose the question we could have is, does anybody have a valid license?
Yes.
Then you're driving.
I love the fact that Nosferatu has the valid driver's license.
I don't think you look like you did on your license picture
They
anymore.
don't update those.
I do. It's just, yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's just the makeup's run out here and there. That's all.
Occasionally, somebody gets a picture that actually looks better, not worse.
All right, so the van is set up like this. You've got the driver's seat, you got the passenger seat, and then you've got
The fridge in the back.
Imagine it's
A
just like a
reach-
standard white
you've
van.
got a reach-in fridge to the like on the passenger side, and like a bench on the other side, and then there's some
other show.
metal cabinetry built into above the refrigerator.
I just start buckling.
Oh, you
myself
mean
in the
kind of like
passenger
a
Guess
low
we're going in the
cooler?
back.
There's like a reach-in fridge, like a chest freezer.
Like a chest. Okay, yeah. That's what I mean, like the low ones you see at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to.
There's like a
figure out
reach-in
what
fridge on the passenger side back, and some metal cabinets that are bolted into
Yeah.
the walls, and
Right.
and a bench in the back, a bench
Cool.
seat in the back.
Who gets shotgun is the next question.
seat. Already buckled in.
Yeah, okay, right. So we got the Ventrue riding in the back. He's back there with the salami. Right. You've got the address. Who's got the address?
You're in the back, right?
I'm assuming
Got
I
the
know
address,
what it is.
intelligence plus streetwise.
We can hope.
Put the two people who don't have smartphones trying to have them navigate.
Probably do 1, 2, 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. So she's driving, he's sitting shotgun, and you two are in the back.
Okay. I
Okay.
figured as much.
So, how well do you think your character can handle this van?
Probably all right.
Okay.
Like,
It's been like over a year since you've drived. You've been living underground. It's probably going to be a jerky start.
yeah, it's probably going to take me
what you
about
don't
15 minutes to remember exactly. It's not as bad as when I came back from England,
Unless
when I
it
barely drove in
happens
over
to be a stick.
well over a year.
I'm not being mean.
She took lessons from your side.
So it's going to be a little jerky, but she's going to head out, and after a few minutes, she will catch on to what she's doing.
The weirdest thing that took me.
You're not supposed
just
to hit
remember
the
coming
brakes
back from
and the
England,
gas at the
is
same
which
time.
side of the car to leave extra space on.
Your side tower.
So that's almost muscle memory, is remembering there's
That's
extra space
true.
where the passenger side.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
my sire knows how to hit the gas, but that's about it.
So,
How can
You
say
got
this?
how many?
4 successes.
4 successes? Okay, you are going to be able to find your way there relatively easy. The traffic is not that bad at this point in time. The people who are driving... You got any drive?
No, I do not.
No? Okay. Yeah. So
There's a lot of idiots on the road.
there are some... Yeah, no, there
That's
are...
what I'm hearing.
Well, it's really hard because you can't just like pull off to the side very easy because there's so many tent cities. So like trying not to be run off the road and also not running into somebody's house is very difficult. But you will be able to find where you're going, and it's a brick building. That's squat, looks like maybe a 1-story building. A little bit of a ramp to get up where it's going. Lots of cars parked around the area. You, in fact, are pulled up to a police department.
Oh, just great. She's handing us over to
Park.
the popo.
Staring at it.
Right. I don't think you should go in there. At least you.
Can you
Keep the engine
running?
Okay.
Jinx.
Right.
I think that's his trade.
Damn it.
That might be more appropriate.
Apparently, I'm the only one with an ID, so there.
I have an ID.
That looks like you?
Yes.
You're going to get a knock on the window. Probably scares the hell out of you.
Roll it down.
There's a guy in maybe like his late, maybe like mid-30s or so like that. He looks exhausted. He's
Doesn't look like a cop.
he's in street clothes.
You got some money.
Can I get a pastrami on round?
I'm not expecting it.
Anyway,
At this point.
guys, hey, you here for the pickup?
You Mason?
Yeah.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yeah. You're, he looks in the back and points right at you. And, my brain doesn't want to remember things. You're Oak's kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just venture.
Ah.
We can sense our own.
Is it a
Seems
pack-
like the only venture with a sense of humor. Alright,
Okay, this is the most worn out looking venture I've ever seen.
he's exhausted.
Yeah.
If you guys can pull around back, I got what you are here to get, and
Will do.
he'll head up front. When you drive around, there's a gate. There's a guy who looks like he's just getting off of his walkie-talkie. Looks over at you, a little weird. Pushes a button in his little stall area, and the gate opens up jerkily.
Yeah, just that. I promise I'm supposed to be here kind of smile.
He just waves you in.
Yeah.
Gate shuts behind you as you come through.
Anyone else here worried?
About the fact that we're now locked into a police department? No.
Not particularly, no. Why would we be?
So there is a
I mean, way
ramp
that you can just voodoo us ways out.
towards the back that has
Can't you just solve this problem with magic?
like an overhead. There's like an overhead canopy where there's some trucks, some cars, SUVs,
Yeah.
various police vehicles parked. There's a dumpster back here. It's just this is the ugly background of a building.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting. But at the top of the ramp, there's these 2 doors that are swung wide open and wedged open, and there's plastic hanging down.
Like, so you're supposed
Typical-
to be backing backwards in there?
Huh?
Like, you're supposed to be, like, going backwards into that to, like, unlock?
No.
It's more like to keep the AC in.
Yeah.
Oh, like a strip curtain.
The plastic, the
strip curtain.
yeah. And as you guys are coming around, you'll see Mason talking to somebody in a white coat and handing him something. Well, you're pretty far off as you're driving up, but you see him like taking stuff, and then the other guy walks off, lights up a cigarette, and walks around on the other side of the building. And Mason just waits for you guys to get parked.
Park up. I'm guessing with the back end, because if we're loading something big and delicate.
Yeah. He opens the back end and then goes inside and comes out a couple seconds later with something on wheels that he's pushing through. And as he gets there and starts to... he's like, when do you guys grab the edge of the cart?
1, 2, 3, not
Hustle
it.
forward.
You two are in the back. So the cars come right up to you guys.
You grab one and I grab the other.
Yeah,
Like if-
hop
like-
out and
Like,
stabilize.
hold the thing. Just hold it. Just you
Yeah,
specifically. Banker, hold the thing.
Well, let's have the Chimera 3.
Fucking 1, 2, 3, not it. You hold the damn thing. he hits a switch and the wheels come up,
Oh, it's a lift cart.
and he pushes the whole cart into the back of the thing with a huge body bag on it. Okay. You guys know where you're going?
Yes.
Cool. You guys see Billy after this? You tell him he owes me.
Sure.
Sure.
And he's just gonna leave.
Right.
I have
Close the
a
door.
bunch of questions.
Just close the doors.
So, Frankie's.
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 Off we go.
Move to Frankie's. I don't want to be here.
Let's.
I got a public image to freaking
I'm
hold.
gonna mush into the back with these guys and start. Are there seatbelts? Anything? Strap it down. We were told
I want to
fragile.
switch places. with
I'm
this
driving
person.
very
Who
carefully.
was supposed to play
Now-
Weekend at Bernie's?
Here's the situation. It's an extending wheels rolling cart
Yeah.
that basically turns into a stretcher.
It's a, one of those.
The body bag is strapped to the stretcher.
Yes.
The stretcher's just in the back of the cart. Now, luckily, there's grooves in the floor that the wheels are pretty much sitting in as channels, so they're not going everywhere, but it is shaking a little bit.
Yeah. Step 1. Lower it.
Oh, it was lowered when
Okay.
that's why he was holding it, so he could make the wheels come up so that he could push it in.
Oh,
the car.
it's
Wait,
kind of more like a
it's-
gurney.
Yes.
Okay.
If there are seat belts of any kind back here, then step 3. Grab whatever is back here and shove it under the wheels.
Chalks. Shoes. Use your shoes. You got rubber
I will
soles.
use my shoes if I
I would
They
actually
have my
say
feet in them.
I would actually say that the cart has locks on the wheels,
Lock them.
so that's
and then
Yeah.
stuff things in it.
I switched places with one shot.
I meant take your shoe off and shove it under there. Just put it on your foot.
so. Our driver.
Uh-huh.
You get out of the.
I just go like, does anybody else actually have any drive skill? Because I don't.
I got 0 now.
You get out of the.
Have more faith in yourself. You're doing well.
No, it's just more of a case like, oh, literally, we have our whole party, nobody can drive. Cool,
So much as
this is
look
fine.
insecure, you're going to get the pep talk. So
So, you get out of the.
She looks
police-
insecure, but you're not sure if that's just the way
have
she
more
normally
faith in
drives.
yourself. You're doing well.
You get out of the police station fairly easy. Like, you drive, the guy opens it up. He like, why the hell are they here? Look on his face.
Mason approved it, so it's fine. right.
And, yeah, somebody has done some influence fuckery to get you in and out of this place with the cargo.
And it looks like an outright bribe, perhaps.
So, do you guys drive straight there?
Yeah.
Are you taking any special precautions?
I'm trying to, like I said, I'm playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which weirdly would probably mean avoiding the really smaller roads because those are the narrow ones. I'm heading mostly straight there.
Okay. So
I don't have any reason to believe we're being followed.
You're heading directly into the New Orleans district.
Okay. Like I said, I'm mostly trying to avoid the crazy drivers so
Okay.
we can drive smoothly.
I need an intelligence plus streetwise, followed by a composure plus streetwise.
Okay.
And a dexterity plus streetwise. Please tell me what your outcome is for each of those.
Okay, so int plus streetwise is 4 successes.
Okay.
Really sounds like we hope you have street.
Composure plus streetwise.
She could use drive, but you don't have it.
1 success.
Okay. I'm loving this because this is how I do the 3 and done tests.
And dex plus streetwise.
I won't use those in a fight, but I'll sure as hell use those in a point A to point
No,
B.
it works in that format.
1 success.
Total 6.
Okay.
So 4, 1, 1.
So 6 successes on a cross-town trip. Now, let me tell you how this goes.
I know where we're going, but
At some point in the drive, you're going to hit something.
uh-oh.
This is what I've dreaded and been prepared for.
It's going to be probably just a pothole. Probably just a pothole. You don't know, but it makes the car bounce big time.
I've hit those potholes. Kabonk!
I am
Do you
now
want-
shocked.
Sorry, guys!
Do you want to give me
I
a
can't remember!
strength plus brawl test if you have grappling as you can use grappling if it's your specialty?
Power of the blood, I can tell you right now.
And this is to hang on.
To the
To the gurney.
He's holding the gurney.
Well,
Success at a cost?
What'd you get?
Nothing.
You got 0 successes?
Can I hold him holding the gurney?
Yeah, power, willpower.
Tony?
1, huh?
Can I hold him holding the gurney?
You want to hold him holding the gurney?
He fell. He's about to
This is
You're in
little-
the front.
This is a
Oh,
little.
right. Shit.
This is
Oh,
a
you
little,
switched places?
Yeah, I'm in the
Yep.
shotgun now.
I was gonna say this is getting a little Brokeback Kindred, but all right.
So you two are in the back. Got it.
Okay, so
1 success.
at one point in
I'm
time,
volunteering to let this thing roll over.
at this point in
Save
time,
the thing.
she hits something. The car, it jostles quite a bit, and it's enough to make the body bag pop out of the restraints and just pump onto the ground. You're holding that cart pretty damn well. But the body bag itself flips up and lands pretty harshly on the floor.
Pick it back up, put it in.
don't worry, it won't feel anything.
So there's a little bit of a panic in you, and I need you to roll a composure and resolve check.
It's down.
As you realize that you've messed up, you're borrowing a car, you're transporting a body, and you're
3 successes.
driving into technically enemy territory.
Thing
even
I
though
would
it's
see
supposed to be your
is if
territory.
it's fallen down,
3 successes.
it can't fall.
You hold it together, but there's this part, like you can hear her under her breath as she's driving. Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
I'm holding for the I don't want to be here.
You know when you're driving really close to the side of the road and there's that like the pothole that you don't notice that's like eroded on the
I
side.
will have to
That's
tell
always- that
the
always-
saga of
that's
the
always
flat.
the
I've
biggest
been there.
fucking
Saga of the
pothole
flat
in the
tire.
Yeah,
universe.
I bent a rim on those things.
So did I.
I got your repaired tire in
Thank
the
you.
garage.
Should I put that in my car as the donut instead
That's
of
going
the
to take a
donut?
lot of trunk space.
We'll replace.
We couldn't get the
that's
tire
already
off
in.
either.
Oh, I
Which
don't
what
know if
made it
it'll
the
fit,
saga
but
of the
let's
flat
look
tire.
into it.
I
We
just
had to
didn't
get
know.
help
If
from
it
a random
will,
farmer
yeah,
to
it's a
get the
hell of a
tire
lot
off.
Better than a donut.
It
Alright.
actually wasn't the random farmer. We had to walk to
For one
the
thing, you can
pub,
drive at full speed.
which was one of those old west ones where you walk in and everybody turns around and stares at you.
So You get there.
It was entertaining.
You succeed and get. Where are you taking it?
Round back to Frankie's.
Okay, you taking it to Frankie's.
Mm-hmm.
Where? How? Like, are you front, back? What are you doing? Describe your approach.
We were told to take it around to the loading dock,
Okay.
so that's where we're going.
All right.